So recently there's been a reappearance of someone that many of you guys used to follow, word for word, video for video, etc. and so on. I don't have to mention names, but Undead Chronic has a little roasty. And she is back on the scene, and I have nothing against her. I mean, I didn't really care for her stuff, and I'm not just talking about her. But, a lot of the crop of women that came out, maybe 3-4 years ago. Oh, I'm conservative. I'm this. Vote Donald Trump, and blah, blah, blah. Down with the left, and blah, 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 blah. The only criticism I think might be fair to level at this certain person would be no original thought, or very little. Now, I understand that this particular lady did a couple of documentaries, which were very successful, and I understand that. But I'm talking about the regular videos. It was just, well, let me tell you, blah, 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 and this, blah, and nothing original. It was just parroting what was been said before, and if I say it, maybe I'll get more, whatever. Not going to judge, right? You want to talk about whatever you want to talk about on YouTube, your business, good luck. So she's back, apparently as a moderate. So I was thinking about shouting out this new lady that I found. I think there's a distinction. She reminds me a bit of Cassie J, Christina Hoff Sommers, Camille Paglia, or Paglia, Karen Strawn, maybe Allison. Some of these ladies, they come out and they have a change. Now, I don't know about the honey badgers, but certainly, Christina Hoff Sommers was definitely a feminist. Camille Paglia, definitely feminist, but she rubbed the feminists the wrong way, 20, 25 years ago. You got to give her props and kudos for that. And of course, Cassie J, dyed in the wool feminist. I don't know if she's a radical feminist, but aren't they all nowadays? I know. Why are you assuming and generalizing, you evil bastard? Well, what I see. So as you know, Cassie J made the documentary The Red Pill. And when Cassie went into this, it's like, okay, these men's rights activists, they're just full of crap and they hate women and they're misogynists and they want to put women back in the kitchen and barefoot and pregnant and all that stuff. And of course, what Cassie J found out, after she peeled back her lens of feminism, it's like, wait a minute, these guys are not what I've been told that they are. Now, Cassie J doesn't necessarily agree with all this stuff, and I think she still says, well, I'm still a feminist. I think in the case of Cassie, and I'm putting words in her mouth, I apologize if I'm wrong about that, please comment below. She's saying she is for women's rights, not necessarily feminism. So, my new friend, I found the 8th square. Now, the 8th square is, I don't want to put labels, but I would say mid-20s, out of college, maybe got the master's degree. And I believe in the video I will link below, she was a radical, way out there feminist, right? That's my understanding. And she started asking questions, like thus and such, and what about this, and I hear this, but I don't see that. So I'm having a hard time thinking through it. The 8th square determined, well, maybe I'm not that anymore. And of course, 8th square is certainly for women's rights. Who isn't? Oh, that's right, evil men. We just watch it. Well, you know the story. But feminism has become much more than for women's. We all know this. Feminism is a Marxist unit. It is a Marxist theology, almost top to bottom. It is Marxism replacing the bosses with men, the oppressors, and the workers with women, the oppressed. Now, a lot of people say, well, Hamster, Marxism is an economics. No, it's not. It is a totalitarian control system. Look at all the experiments we've gone through. Soviet Union, Pol Pot, Maoist, China. Yes, Eastern Germany. Anyone? Are we seeing here? Well, but I thought the Soviet Union, they were the Union of Soviet Socialists. Don't they have that socialism up in Norway? I want some of that socialism. That's not the socialism you get You can mislabel it all you want, but what it is a extremely generous welfare state up in the Northern European countries. But it ain't socialist. It's a high-tax welfare state, group of states. And the people there like it. Hey, good for them. But that's not what we're talking about. We can see in the current situation, we want to tear down statues. Anyone remember the Taliban not that many years ago, or was it Al-Qaeda, ISIS, blowing up Buddhist statues that had been there for thousands of years, blowing up Roman temples and stuff? Because reasons. Let's erase the past. And you might say, Hamster, are you comparing the predominantly peaceful protesters with ISIS blowing up Buddhist monuments? Yes. Yes, I am. They're all part of the same cloth, people. Once you realize that, maybe, you'll start to understand what really is going on here. Rant is done. The 8th square. Now, if you want to hear the perspective of, she used to be a radical feminist, now she's not so much a radical feminist, has some interesting viewpoints. Now, keep in mind, guys, a lot of men are going to say, well, Hamster, you got off the deep end. You're promoting a woman. Oh, my God. We accuse the feminists of being in an echo chamber where nothing other than what they agree with gets in, and that's the way a cult works. I'm just throwing it out there. So let's not fall into the same trap, guys. Do I agree with everything the 8th square has to say? No. But it's interesting to hear a different perspective. It's like, okay, here's what I experienced. Here's my thought on it. And maybe I'm wrong, but, it's something to think about. Don't ever fall into the echo chamber. It is far too easy, and it is very seductive. Enjoy her channel and sub. Let's blow it up. James Maxwell, thank you for listening.